Well, we're back. I'm here today with Murph, and we're discussing some Field of Dreams, Yankees, White Sox, and some other Yankee highlights that we haven't covered in a very long time. But we're here. We're back. Uh, Murph, Yankees baseball last night in the cornfield. What'd you think of it?
I mean, dude, it was a roller coaster of emotions. We started off, Heaney giving up the 2-run shot early. That hurt. And I was thinking, all right, this is gonna be a long night because I wasn't sure how the ball was gonna travel here. That's the one thing people always seem to talk about. How is the ball gonna fly in these new parks? When we were in London, it was just pitcher's nightmare, right? The scores were like 40. Ridiculous numbers.
13 to 11.
Yeah, we come here to Iowa and you just don't know how the ball is going to jump off these bats. And it seemed like the ball was carrying really well to right field. It seemed
Oh,
like
yeah.
everyone was going to jack to right. Yeah, like I said, roller coaster emotions. You start off slow and then, judge you with the big home run, 3-run shot to get us back into it. Then the White Sox said, you know what, we're not going to let this happen. They put up a 4 spot. They put up another 2. And you just think at that point, you're like, this offense isn't necessarily at its peak right now.
Mhm.
It's probably a done deal. And, we had some heroics in the ninth, and I thought, oh my God, they're sucking me back in. These bastards,
Right?
look at them go.
Stanton, 2-run shot. Judge, his second home run of the night. Another 2-run shot from him. He had 4 RBIs on the night.
Yeah,
Like, no,
I
he
was
had
hyped.
5 on the night, Judge.
Yeah, he had 5. He scored five runs by himself. This guy.
Yeah.
And people are saying this guy's not clutch. By the way, that's
Mhm.
infuriating. I hate those people. Those people do not know what they're talking about. This guy's not clutch.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, we get to the ninth. It's 4. We take the back to lead 8 to what 6, 8 to 7, 8 to 7 it
Eight
was.
to seven, yes. And
Yep.
then Zach Britton breaks my heart.
He gets the first out pretty quick, right? And I'm like, okay, maybe he's on one. I could see the ideology behind Boone's reasoning. Bringing Britton because the ball's flying out to right. These White Sox they have some pop to their bats. All of them so far.
Mhm.
So why risk it? Let's bring in a guy who's gonna get a bunch of ground balls, right? So I'm not mad at the ideology.
With a pitch that dives in, so hopefully it won't go out to right,
Yep, yep.
But Zebi
And then
Zavala, the hero for the Chicago White Sox.
yeah, he sits there and he puts the bat on his shoulder, even though he's 0-2. And Britton says, "I'll give you first for free.
Yeah.
Here you go." And then hands him first base. And I thought, okay, so they're gonna tie the game. That's immediately my thoughts. I'm like, they're tying the game.
Yes.
And then my worst nightmare happened, and Anderson gets a belt high inside ball, and he just says, "Yeah."
Tim Anderson, man. Well, he's been the best shortstop since 2019. He's hitting like 300.
Yeah.
And
people don't want to talk about how good he is, but he's a stud.
he's legit. It's just like I think his glove is like his only underside for him,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Just like Andrew Heaney, dude. Like, muscle up, bro. Like your team just put up like Yankees were down 1-0 on a Jose Abreu homer, and then Judge comes out here to a tank job to right to make it 3-1, and you're out there. Don't you have some like motivation to throw up a 0? Come on.
Like, I honestly, I talked to you about this. Like, we've texted back and forth. I don't see the reasoning behind bringing this guy, other than like he's a guy who's going to eat innings. Like, I just don't. I don't see any upside to this guy.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see even you could see his baseball reference. He gives up a lot of hard contact. He gives up a lot of home runs. It's not like some guys where you look at like Holmes, for example, Clay Holmes, the guy reliever we picked up. You go back, you look at his games, and you can see, he gave up 2. He had 2 really bad games, and that's why his ERA is like where it is.
Yeah.
And then you see like a subtle fix, like just have him throw his demon sinker more. And would you look at that? He's one of our best relievers right now.
Yeah.
And Heaney, there's just not that. There's no rhyme or reason. He just gets hit hard. So I don't see any plus just to trading for him right now, other than he eats innings, I guess.
I understand like guys are going down with like COVID and stuff, but like Andrew Heaney does not have a spot once Cole is Monty coming back or?
Yeah, Cole and Monty should be coming back pretty soon. I'd imagine if
Cole was at the game
coming back
though.
Boston. I think Boston, because we have a double header against them. So I'd imagine Monty and Cole will get one of those 2 games each.
Like Luis Heel has more of a spot on the team than Andrew Heaney. Like, I don't care what you say. Like, Heaney's thrown 13 innings for the Yankees, if not more now, and he's given up 8 or 9 homers.
13 scoreless for Heel, or is it 11 scoreless for Heel?
11 scoreless for Heel. I was just going. I was talking about Heaney home runs.
Oh yeah, Heaney just giving up home runs left and right. Like, it's his job.
It is his job.
Yeah,
he does
serve it up on a platter, and they just go, "Thanks, that was really kind of you. Thank you for that."
Yeah, like he threw that first hanging slider to like Jose Abreu, and I'm like, all right. And then I'm like, here we go. And then
when that ball left, I was like, oh, so it's gonna be one of these games.
And then like he threw he's like, oh, I'm gonna get cheeky. I'm gonna throw a fastball up and away, and Eloy just took it. I'm like, this isn't. Like, if we make the playoffs, we're gonna eventually have to play the White Sox. And
yeah,
I think we will make the playoffs. I really do believe if gets back.
Yeah, I mean, these boys are good. I mean, people just, as Yankee fans, you're kind of just looking at the body of work the whole season, and you're frustrated, and you're looking at the injuries, right? We have set a franchise record with 42 on the IL this season.
Oh yes.
19 have been since the All-Star break or whatever. It's like 19, some ridiculous number since the All-Star break. COVID has just decided, hey, it's not your year this year. We're doing our best to hold you down.
As Garrett Cole said,
we got our own variant. Or was
Cole
it Cole?
Said last night the Yankees have their own variant named after him.
Like, it's ridiculous.
Variant.
Yeah, it's like they're going down like last year, the year where it's like the pandemic's at its height, or was, supposedly at its height. Did anybody get COVID?
Nobody.
I don't think anybody got COVID. And now this year, when the COVID supposedly on the down low, right? It's like the restrictions are gone. They don't have to wear masks, and they're getting it left and right, left, right, etc.
You're gonna get COVID,
So that's ridiculous. They're just getting bodied by COVID.
Torres is injured with his thumb.
Watched that happen live, and I was like, awesome. This the way he slid. I'm like, dude, why are we sliding head first still?
And why he has the freaking the bill on his finger on his hand on the wrong hand. Or why are you sliding to that side?
Was it his throwing hand he messed up, or was that his glove hand?
That was his glove hand. So
I could see maybe trying to favor protecting the throwing hand, so that kind of makes sense. But still, it's like, just wear 2 then. I don't even care. Wear 2. Like, what you don't need to grab anything. Wear 2. Or wear the wrist brace on the other one. You know how they got the mitt on one. Sometimes you got the wrist brace on the other. Do that. I don't know.
Exactly. It's just like stupid. It's like stupid injuries and then COVID that's been screwing the Yankees over.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been ridiculous stuff. You're trying to, as a fan, you're trying to believe, you're trying to get back into it, because these guys have been playing hella good baseball.
17 and 9 now since the All-Star break, or I think we're even better.
They got the second best record in baseball, only behind the Rays since the All-Star break. They've won 9 out of the last 10, right? Or is it 9 series in a row? Something ridiculous. They've won a ridiculous amount of series so far. Although it hasn't been the prettiest of wins by any means. These wins have been grinders for the most part. They've been scary.
Coming down to the last inning.
Yeah. Coming to the last inning, guys on base, you're like, oh, God, just don't blow this. That crazy game against the Royals where 4 blown saves because that stupid-ass runner on second rule.
Yeah. And then Aaron Judge getting called out at home plate on that game, too, against the Royals.
Yeah.
Pretty questionable call, but, Yankees ended up coming away with a dub in that one.
It was one of those calls where, even if he was called safe, they weren't going to overturn and call him out. And if they called him out, he wasn't getting overturned safe. So it was whatever the umpire decided, that was the call, essentially.
Whatever the initial call was going to stay the same.
That's how it's been all year, pretty much. It's been it feels like replays have not been on point this year. And it seems like they just don't have the proper angles.
Yeah. Luis Gil, though. I like to talk about him. Do you think he's the real deal, going 13 innings scoreless?
I've gotten my hopes up before on a young Yankees pitcher,
Me too.
Shout out Garcia, who's having the worst of years. I don't know what's up with him. His control is just all over the place. I feel better about Heel because I just think a lot of people are giving him that Debbie Severino splice comparison. He's the best of both worlds in that sense. I don't know. It's just left to see. I'd like to see how he does bad. You know, when he has a rough outing, he doesn't necessarily have that fastball of his like dotting it. You know, not that he's necessarily dotting it per se, but he's had better control of it. And I'd like to see an outing where he kind of gets roughed up a bit and see how he kind of bounces that, how he battles through it. But yeah, we need him to do well. I mean, like Heaney's nothing. You know, you gotta imagine like the Yankees are putting a lot of stock into the Kluber Sevy egg baskets. You know, they're like, please come back and please be something.
They're gonna come back, and we don't know how long we're gonna have them for, but they'll be back.
Yeah, and it seems like every week they're like, Seb, he's coming back like next week. Kluber, he's coming back. Don't worry. Like, oh my God.
Stay strong, Yankee fans.
Yeah, so you know, and I feel really bad for Clark too because this is an opportunity for him. He could have really, you know, stepped up into this rotation this year, but that injury is just keeping him down. Mm-hmm. He had some really good starts though, you know, down in his rehab.
He got called up for like a day, Clark.
Yeah, I think it was like, I think he was on the taxi squad maybe.
You see, Oswaldo Peraza was on the taxi squad for the Field of Dreams game.
Yeah, lighting it up. Dude, that kid's a stud. Lopez is a stud. I mean, the Yankees got two. It was funny just looking like they're like the Yankees have two top 50 prospects. And at the time they were ranked like 6 and 7 in our top 30, but like they're two top 50s, both shortstops, both lighting it up this year.
It's good to
crazy.
see.
It's good. It's great to see.
Too
bad neither of them are lefties. That's the depressing part. Neither of them are lefties. Neither of them are lefties. That's just
Jason Dominguez, baby. 2024.
He's too far away. He's too far away, bro. I just can't.
He's tearing it up though for the Tarpoons.
Yeah, I mean our whole farm as a whole has been just destroying the ball.
And guys coming out of the woodwork like Steven Ridings.
My new hero.
Throwing looking like he's done it 100 times over at the major league level.
Yeah, dude, 6'8" giant, just like pumping 101 in there. You know, he got roughed up a bit his last outing, which again is one of those things you just had to see, you know, how he react. And he wasn't even that bad of an outing, but it just like, you know, wasn't his last two where he's just like strike out the side, you know.
I'm only to throw fastballs at everyone.
Yeah. So I mean, I'd like to see him. Hopefully, they pitch him tomorrow against that second game of the White Sox series. They need to bounce back and take these two games. I mean, if anything, you know, they should have had this game in the bag, you know, coming back in the ninth inning heroics, but Zach Britton being Zach Britton, you know, just being a shell of himself this year. It just seems like all our big boys have just been letdowns this year. Chapman's been a letdown. The second half letdown, I should say. Like the first half, you know, we were singing his praises. He was perfect on saves. Just no one could hit him. And then I don't know. I literally can't remember what game it was that just broke him. He's a shell of himself. Britton's a shell of himself.
Yeah. It's just like you can't win as a Yankee fan right now. I think we'll make the playoffs, but it's going to be a tough ride. We got like 52 games left to make a playoff push, and we're like 5.5 back, 6.5.
We're 5.5 from the division. I think we're like a game out of the wild card at this point.
Which isn't bad. I'll take a game out of the wild card, but
I mean, if we had won this game last night, I think we would have been in a really good position because the Red Sox are sliding, bro. They're just been free falling, struggle city for them.
I mean, as it goes to show, like they have Matt Barnes and then a few decent starters that aren't top guns.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been their offense that's held them up, and now their pitching hasn't been what it's been for them this year, and now it's starting to show. But
yeah, I mean, this is what I thought they did. I mean, I thought their offense would be their saving grace because it's just that devastating of an offense. Like, you know, people are saying without Mookie, this offense is nothing, but like. I 100% disagree. Like this offense had the potential. It's just a matter of JD Martinez waking up.
Yeah,
and he's waking up in a big way for them. So their offense is high octane, like you'd wish the Yankees' offense was this year.
Well,
and hopefully they get healthy, dude. If they get healthy, I think they can get back to that.
Well, I mean, for the Yankees made some big trades. Of course, you got Joey Gallo and Anthony Rizzo. But the Rizzo one was a major surprise to me, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And we kind of got him for nothing. we're also not paying for this year. You know.
Yeah, I mean, Cashman had his way at the deadline. He just got 4 guys not paying for any of them, which is a miracle. Everyone thought we were setting up for a bigger move. That's why we're like, we traded away Wilson. It cost us Luis Cessa. That kind of sucked, but it is what it is. Trying to get that money off the books. You're like, okay, we're clearing money for something.
So we're
and
getting
then we got Gallo out of nowhere. We got Gallo and was it Rodriguez? Rodrigo?
Yeah, Rodriguez. He's pretty good.
Rodriguez.
Pretty good.
He's decent. We got those two. And shout out to the Rangers paying for 3 Yankees this year. Big ups, big guy. Shout out you guys, paying for 3 of our Yankees.
We'll get you guys eventually.
Yeah, we'll pay you back, but don't worry about it. But yeah, I mean the Gallo trade, I'm not gonna lie to you, I wasn't wow. Like I wasn't like, yes, we finally made the move I think we should have made, because I've been saying it all year. I think Gallo's just we've got 3 Gallos
for a Yankee uniform eventually. Like
yeah, and I think we got 3 Gallos already. 4.
We already have. Yeah.
We got 4 Gallos.
Now we have a lefty.
We got a lefty version of a Judge Stan Sanchez void.
Yeah.
And he gets on base a lot, which is a plus. He's an elite defender, which is a huge plus for us. We haven't had elite defense in the outfield this year, in left field especially. Gets on base a lot, works the count, but he's like the big 3. He either walks, he strikes out, he hits a homer. Those are 3 options.
He does have an amazing glove out there and arm, so thank God.
Yeah.
I'm happy with him on our team. I'll take him.
Yeah, I'm not complaining. I mean, I'd rather take him over Clint Frazier and Duhar out there at this point.
Just Anthony Rizzo, man. Nice to see lefties in our lineup, though.
Yeah,
the versatility.
It was looking real pretty for a second. We had Gallo, we had Rizzo, we had Odor. The lineup was looking real balanced, and then
COVID.
COVID. It's like.
I do think like by the end of August we'll have a full lineup back, and I think September will be our month. Like we'll drop maybe like 7 games, but that's about it.
I think that's what it's gonna take. Honestly, we have to finish this month off real strong. We have to continue on somehow. We have to continue grinding out these games. Hopefully, with the additions of Cole and Monty, the rotation gets that reinforcements we need. We don't have to gas the pen as much. But yeah, we just need something. And hopefully guys start to trickle back. We get Sanchez eventually, Rizzo. I think those 2 are going to be huge for us. Urshela's supposed to come back at some point. I don't know. Just hopefully I hear he's kind of close. So hopefully by the Red Sox series, we're just getting a flood of players back. And then,
like we have all of our monsters coming back.
With the exception, I think, of Torres. Torres is probably a ways out. He's probably not coming back till September.
But what are we going to do? We can't do anything about that. I mean, and he was just getting hot at the right time,
Yeah, I mean, he's had a rough season. I see people talking about we should trade him. Just dumb. Just beyond dumb. I mean,
no.
I just don't think you give up on a 24-year-old who you have 2 more years of control over. I just don't see the rhyme or reason behind it.
And he can't ask for a lot of money, even no matter what he does, in my opinion. And I think he kind of wants to stay in New York. He's got his buddies. This is where he's been growing up with.
Yeah, he should want to stay in New York. I mean, New York, like literally, like anybody who goes to New York becomes a star.
Yeah.
As long as they're decent at what they do. They don't have to be elite necessarily. They just have to be decent. They can become a star. Mm-hmm. That's why you hear people like, if Ohtani was a Yankee, he'd be like the god of baseball right now. He'd be the sole face of the
Matsui, bro.
Yeah, he comes here and he can pitch, he can hit, and people are just like, wow, this kid is the next Babe Ruth, But he's in the Angels, and people still talk to him like he's next Babe Ruth, but not as much as they should be. And I feel bad for him because he's on the Angels, and they suck. They're awful.
Even if they had Trout, they're still not.
They're not doing anything.
They're talking about a 14-team playoff just so that the Angels could sneak in. Or like have a chance to sneak in, like, and that is,
I think that's next year though. I don't think they're talking about it for this.
They better not this year. These playoffs are just so screwed up, man.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of letting more teams in. I think this is the way it is now. Like I said, just make the wild card a best of 3, and we're good.
Yeah, just keep it like that going forward, and like leave everything else the way it will, like best of 3, and everything else the same.
Yeah, I'm perfectly fine with that. Yeah, I just hope the Yankees could continue, doing what they're doing. I hope they could grind out a win tomorrow.
Mhm.
It's going to be a tough one. I thought Lynn was going to be a much tougher one. Fortunately enough,
They worked them pretty good
they
though.
worked them. They worked them. Yeah, they put up a 4 spot on them, right? So you like
And
to
an
see it.
AL Cy Young candidate in
Yeah,
Lance.
I think he's gonna get it. Unless Cole comes back and he just absolutely shut out, it's be hard for me not to give it to Lynn.
It's him, Rondon, Cole. Um, I honestly don't know. I think those are the
Maybe
top.
Ray, Robbie Ray. He's been
Robbie
having a
Ray.
hell of a season.
Yeah, he's having a pretty good for the.
I can't think of anybody else.
Glasnow, if he was healthy, probably would have had a really good year. But those four are really just the guys that are in it for the AL because Bieber isn't doing too much for the Indians, and there's no one on the Indians right now that's doing anything.
Yeah, that's frustrating stuff.
Well, I
You need
got
the Guardians, by the way. This guy.
the Cleveland Guardians. Sorry.
This guy.
I don't want to offend anyone, Well, let's go. I'm gonna take your eyes over to something I've been wanting to get your opinion on. But the NL East going forward, man, the Mets have to play the Giants twice and the Dodgers twice at the end of August. That right, and they're both like 3 or 4 game sets. Like,
yeah.
Let's go. Who do you got coming out of the NL East? Because the NL East, it's if you
I
win.
mean,
You have to win the division.
yeah, you have to. You have to. There's the NL West is getting 3 through. It's the Giants, the Padres, and it's the Dodgers. Although the Padres have kind of been skittish as of late, I think they're still going through. You never know, I guess.
Teams in the playoffs right out of that division. So
yeah, and the Mets got to play 2 of them. So who would have thought the Giants would be where they are right now? They're huge monsters. I would have never guessed that. But here they are, just balling out of their minds. The Mets, I'd be really worried, dude. Like, I thought they should have ran away with this division a while ago because the Braves were looking like a shell of themselves. The Phillies were not good. Their pen was just atrocious.
And now they got guys, and like the thing is, like the Braves they lost Azuna to him being a dumbass, and then they lose Acuna for an ACL. And then they try to replace them both with Jock Peterson. And it's just like Ozzy Albies woke up.
Did they get Soler? Who got Soler?
Oh, no, they got Soler, yeah.
Yeah, they got Soler. Yeah. So they attempted to make some moves to patch this stuff up, but bro, they are 500. They're at 500. To think that there's going to be a team from the NL East that would probably be under 90 wins and make it to the playoffs. That's atrocious.
It's going to happen this year. And to everyone that said it, the Mets were going to run away with the division. Like, Nick, shout out, Nick. I'm just saying, man, you had your chance, and it's just.
And I don't want to hear injuries, by the way. I definitely don't want to hear injuries out of them because we've got all the injuries in the world, and we're still in.
And we're about to wait. We're gonna win at least minimum 70 games.
We've got all the injuries in the world, and we're still finding a way to make it work. The Mets are just, I don't know. I've been.
If I don't really keep track. We're first place, and we're making the playoffs.
Yeah, dude, I don't keep track of the Mets like that, but I first really was onto them when I saw a tweet saying the Yankees had better playoff odds than the Mets. The first place Mets, the Yankees have better chances to make playoffs than the first place Mets, and the Yankees are in third place. How is that possible? And then I was watching some of their games and these kids just look lost out there, dude. They just don't look good. They don't look like the same Mets they were at the beginning of the season. They don't look like that cohesive unit.
And they added Javier Baez, and it's
they added Javier Baez, who they thought would be an answer. I don't know. I was really confused by that move, if I'm being completely honest. I mean, he's a great player, but
it's not someone that they need. They don't need.
Yeah. I just don't see how that's the move you make, and that's the all-defining difference. I mean, who knows when Lindor comes back? Maybe it's a difference maker. Yeah. Lindor's having a horrible year. Conforto's having a horrible year. Mm-hmm. Your best hitter is Alonso, who's hitting 253.
Mm-hmm. And
which is not going to get it done.
Yeah, and this is a team that was didn't have as many splashes as the Padres, and the Padres are putting together a good season out there in the NL West. But then again, they're getting
Injuries have been
3
killing
teams
them.
out of that division. There's no wild card option for the Mets. So this is going. You gotta, if you're an NL team, you have to win the division. So like Milwaukee's in the lead by 8 games, so I think they're gonna have it unless they completely implode. The
Yeah.
or Mets, Phillies, or Braves are gonna have it.
I mean, it's a tight race, right? You can't count the Mets for sure. They got all the talent in the world, right? I don't know if DeGrom's coming back. Have they said anything about DeGrom coming
I have
back or not?
no idea, but I did like there's
Like his 4th IL stint this year.
yeah.
So it's
He
crazy.
can't win Cy Young. It's going to Gosman, in my opinion.
You think
Sadly.
Gosman?
Or who's the other jabroni?
Burns?
Bueller, or Burns, or Woodruff in Milwaukee. They got a
Wheeler's been having a season though.
Wheeler too, yeah.
The NL's got pitching, dude. The NL's got pitching. That you cannot disagree. They got pitching for days. They got some studs. Those Dodgers have got some studs. Unfortunately, they lost one of their studs. Lost one of their studs. Another stud.
He's gone, dude.
He's just not coming back this season. Kershaw hopefully will come back for them sometime in September for them. Yeah, I mean, it's not looking great for the Padres, admittedly, because it's like they just got so many injuries, bro. They just got so many.
Tatis,
who might come back as a center fielder. Beyond me, that I just don't understand that. But I guess they're trying to make it work with Adam Frazier and Kim and Cronenworth. They're trying to figure out a way to cram everybody in this lineup.
Tatis in center field.
Tatis going to come back as center field. It's not 100% confirmed, but there have been a lot of rumors suggesting he will come back as center fielder.
Yeah, I mean, just to get him in the lineup, I mean, sure, why not? But their lineup is insane.
Yeah,
you know?
It's just a matter if that pitching can just keep going, and it's like they're dropping like flies, dude. They got Musgrove trying to keep him alive. Darvish has gone back with back tightness. He had to leave early his last start, which is really bad. They cannot afford any more injuries if they want to continue on their playoff hunt.
You think the Giants make it out and win it? You think the Giants are winning the division?
At this point, I don't know. I would have said the Dodgers. Like, the Dodgers are stacked. It's crazy to think that 2 teams that were favorited out of the NL, the Padres and the Dodgers, might have to face off in a 1-game series.
That game is going to be all hands on deck. World
Series. That's really the World Series game right there, if you really think about it, in a sense. You know, I don't know if the Giants are going to be real in the playoffs. Who knows? They might get exposed. But as of right now, you got to believe in the Giants. They're playing their asses off.
And their pitching.
I would have never predicted this.
Their pitching bullied up this year, man.
Yeah, Gosman's having a year. He's going to get paid next season. Be interesting to see what he does, if he stays or if he goes. If the Giants want him, they're going to keep him. They got money. I think people underestimate how much they're willing to spend.
It's just like the Dodgers literally have everyone. Like they don't need anyone else now. Like
when they traded for Scherzer, because I saw the Padres were like front runners, and I was like, yes, that's exactly what they need. They need Scherzer. You know, he's a rental, and he's like the thing that'll get him over the finish line to keep this rotation afloat. And the Dodgers just come out of nowhere. Not only get Scherzer, but get Trey Turner. How does that happen, dude?
Yeah, they're not.
How do you, as a Nats fan, not cry yourself to sleep knowing you just handed the Dodgers a ring?
You've given them your team. Like, you gave them your team, and now it's just Juan Soto by his lonesome.
Yeah. Juan Soto walked in the locker room and was like, what's going on?
He's like, where'd all my boys go? They even lost Schwarber to the Red Sox, which he's still hurt, so he's not doing anything.
No.
The Sox.
He might be a scary addition if he comes back healthy. I'm kind of nervous.
Yeah, but again, he's got to come back healthy. Schwarber, you know, he always goes through these random spurts. So we got to see what he's going to do. It's just the NL is beyond packed. So I'm sorry, Met fans. If you don't win a division, you're not making it.
Yeah, I mean, this could be you guys are gonna have to buckle down and just find the heart, find the culture. I think the biggest thing for them this year is the lack of culture, right? You just got guys who don't seem to be getting along too well. You know, Lindor and O'Neill, like, or McNeil, excuse me. You know, the two just that's the most notable one since they did actually scrap and throw hands, regardless of what they actually want to tell everyone else. They sounds like they got into it pretty good, and it sounds like they're still not on the best of terms. And I just don't. I don't know. This team is just like they needed certain guys to step up, Lindor and Conforto, and they just haven't. And it's like McNeil, not McNeil, McCann behind the plate hasn't really been doing the greatest of job offensively. So it's just a matter of finding their offense and just finding that synergy, if you will. They just need to find something, some life.
They need the life. They need to step up in a big way for this team. But you know, we will.
Also, real quick, the fact that they couldn't sign their first round pick
And Kumar Rocker shows
Kumar Rocker. They have. So here's one of two things, real quick, to touch up on that. There's one of two scenarios. Either one, they did a horrible scouting job on this guy. Like they didn't check into any of the medical records, nothing. Mainly, probably because they didn't think you'd fall to them, or they just simply lack of decent scouting. I don't know. I don't understand how that happens.
Communication is that bad and mean that they couldn't. That Uncle Stevie really isn't that all nice. Who knows? You know,
like they backstab. They're just looking to save a few bucks, which is the other narrative. Like they're literally like one of those others. Because if people don't know, the draft is really broken. Like the fact that you can get away with not signing your first round pick to the slotted amount you're supposed to sign him, and you could sign him for pennies on the dollars. Yeah. Like the Cubs signed one guy who was supposed to make upwards of like $200K. They signed him for $1,000. Ridiculous stuff. And it's like, I think the full story is he didn't want to do the pre-draft physical or whatever, or medical records or whatever. Yeah. Because, you know, why would you? For a guy like him, you're going like top 10 at least. Yeah. So in his mind, this can only hurt. They can only go in and be like, that's not right. That's not where that's supposed to be. So he said no to that. And then because he said no to that, the team that drafts him doesn't even have to put an offer on the table. Yeah. They don't even have to formally give you an offer before they just say, we're not doing it. We're not going to.
He's headed back to college now, right?
I don't know. I really don't know.
Or is he like him? Grabs.
I think they technically still own his draft rights until he makes a decision.
Yeah.
So I think no matter what, if he does decide, like, no, I want to continue to try to be a pro, I think the Mets still have dibs. Mm-hmm. But if he, for some reason, doesn't find an agreement, I think he has one of two options. He either goes overseas, which if you're Kumar Rocker, don't go overseas. That can only hurt you.
Yeah.
Go back to college, which, again, I feel like it's very risky, right? Because it's like one of those things where you could easily get hurt. You could easily end up having to get Tommy John, and then you're just screwed.
Because he is the top goon for the Vanderbilt Commodores, so there's no reason why they wouldn't use him a ton.
Yeah. If he goes back to Vandy, he's going to get really good work in, and he'll probably boost his draft stock ultimately. But there is the chance of injury, which is the only thing that like is a nightmare situation. So it's almost like his best case scenario is literally just work out, just chill, recover, rehab. I don't know, maybe just get your arm checked out again, just to make sure it's all clean. Because apparently he got checked out, and they say everything's fine.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with these Mets and these drafts. And I'm just saying they've traded away a lot of their farm team.
Yeah. They didn't really have the deepest of farm, and they traded away a lot.
All they have is Alvarez and Beatty.
But to be fair, like if you look at their team, they don't need any of those guys.
Yeah.
They got all the talent in the world on that major league roster. I think they're by far the most talented team in the NL and the NL East. Even if Atlanta was fully healthy, I still would give the Mets the edge in terms of talent, just because you got DeGrom, you got Carrasco, you got Syndergaard if he ever decides to come back. I don't know what the deal with that guy is either, by the way. I just lost. I don't know what he's going to do next season either. Like, he's a free agent. And I don't know what the Mets do with him.
They have to, like, the thing is, like, are they just going to go out there and sign everyone and then figure out where to put them all? because you have to build a team with a little bit of chemistry first, you know?
Yeah, this team is going to lack a lot of chemistry. I don't know what they do with Baez. They already got Lindor long term, so that's already a done deal. Conforto's a free agent. Syndergaard's a free agent. Who else? I think Batanz is a free agent, isn't he?
He's a free agent, yeah, and he's got his shoulder injury.
Come home.
Come home.
We'll fix you up. Come home.
Matt Blake will put some special sauce on that arm.
We'll fix you right up, baby. Come home. Come on.
David Robertson too. Come on.
You dude, listen, he got a silver medal. He's good. He got himself a silver.
Damn right.
I'm surprised they got a silver, if I'm being honest. That team did not look great on paper.
Horrible.
That's the only thing that sucks. Like the baseball being back in the Olympics, it's like none of the MLB players can compete.
I'm looking just forward to the WBC.
Yeah, that's gonna be really fire. Hopefully our big boys participate. Our big boppers. That'd be awesome.
Oh yeah, it'll be good to watch.
Yeah.
But just baseball, man, it's kind of all over the place right now. The only ones that are definite is the NL Central and the AL Central.
Yeah, I mean, the AL Central, there's no competition at all. The Twins have fallen off a cliff. The Guardians have had everyone.
They just don't have Buxton.
Yeah, the Guardians should just hand us over Shane Bieber already. Stop wasting our time.
Give me Shane Bieber and Plesac, and
I'll just settle for Bieber. You don't have to give us Plesac, but if you want to throw him in there for nothing, that's cool too. But yeah, I mean, just give us Shane Bieber at this point. You're wasting his talents. You're not doing anything. Detroit. I guess you got old boy. What's his name that we always love?
Scope. Matt Boyd.
Matt Boyd. Yeah, they got him, so they got a positive there. How's he doing this season? I don't even know.
I don't know. He wasn't a hot topic in the trade deadline.
Yeah, he wasn't the usual Matt Boyd's still here, guys.
Guys.
I don't know.
Yankees and Tigers looking to get Matt Boyd.
He's there. He's there for the taking. Can I just say it's infuriating that the Rays are actually in first place? Can I just say that? It's infuriating. Not because not even being a Rays hater. What makes them special? Their offense is actually terrible. They have no starting pitching. Zero.
I'm just if they go another few weeks going forward, I don't think they're going to last. If they play out of division, they aren't going to last.
But
they're beating the Orioles.
But I don't get it. They have 70 wins, Andrew. How?
Because we gave them half of them. Because we play at the Trop.
All right. We did take a series at the Trop this year.
One series.
That's all we need, baby.
It was 2 out of 3.
That's all we need. That's all we need.
That's all we need, baby.
But it actually is infuriating. If you look at last year, their big three, Diego.
They don't have him anymore.
Anderson.
No, he's out.
And what was the last one?
Fairbanks. He just got back from an injury. He ain't doing too well. I don't know how they're winning.
They're three guys, and they're doing the most Rays moves. It doesn't make any sense. They have what? One starter?
Who's their one starter? Chris Archer?
No, he's hurt.
He's hurt too. Okay. Yeah. Ryan Yarbrough. Flemings, Yarborough.
He got destroyed the other day. Flemings did by the Red Sox. Did you see that?
Yes.
He gave up 10 runs. 10 runs on 11 hits. Oh my God, he got destroyed.
Yo, what happened to their Brendan McKay?
I think I don't.
Do you know the lefty?
Yeah. I don't know. I know they don't have a rotation. I just don't. I don't get it.
Who's ever up next and their arms feeling good as throwing?
I guess, it's you go out there. They find a way. That's the most infuriating part. They're actually terrible, but somehow they just find a way.
Kevin Cash, how's your stable doing? Are they filled with dead horses or?
I don't get it, dude. I don't get it. They got Yarborough still. I just don't get it, dude. How do they win games, Andrew? It doesn't make sense.
Really, really doesn't. It really doesn't. And the Blue Jays got freaking Brad Hand for garbage, for nothing. They got him for a catcher, Riley Adams from the Nationals. I think
Rich Hill's their only real starter.
Rich Hill isn't on the Rays anymore, bro.
That's right. They traded him away. That's right. So they
They don't
really
have
they really got rid of like one of their only few starters. I'm confused. This makes no sense. They go against everything baseball stands for. They really do. They're a team that doesn't hit well. They strike out a ton. They don't. I guess they pitch well, but they don't have any starters.
So 1 second. I'm going to their roster. Let's see. I don't know if you already have, but they got roster. Nick Anderson is hurt. Archer is hurt. Jalen Beeks is hurt. They have JT Chargos as a pitcher. Yanni Chirinos is hurt. Oliver Drake is hurt. Fleming is on their team.
Yeah.
Luis Head is on the team. Honeywell's hurt. Tommy Hunter's hurt. They have Kittredge, Shane McClanahan, Colin McHugh, Brendan McKay. It looks oddly fat and disgusting. Like, oh.
That's disrespectful.
I mean, come on, dude.
True though. He does look real fat. What happened?
Pounds, big man.
Michael Wacha? They still got Wacha?
They have Wacha, I think. They have Luis Patino, Evan Phillips. Poche is on the injured list. Rowe is on the injured list. They have Ryan Sheriff, a lefty that throws 87 miles an hour. Michael Wacha, they do have. Matt Whistler. Yarborough's injured. So the thing is that
I don't get how they're winning games. Are they cheating? They have to be cheating. They have to be cheating.
They are cheating.
There's no way this team is winning games with the roster they have.
And now they're playing Minnesota, so you got to hope Michael Pineda.
Minnesota.
Kenta Maeda and Michael Pineda need to go out there and shove for the boys.
I don't get it.
I don't get how they've won. I don't get how they've lost only 45 games.
It doesn't make sense. It actually doesn't make sense. It's actually very annoying.
And the Mets start their series versus the Dodgers today at Citi Field, I think. Yep.
Yeah, that's a yikers, bro. They're like I said, they got all the talent in the world. I'm not even trying to hate. I just feel like it's gonna be so difficult for them to find a way to get where they want to go, the playoffs. I don't see it. I don't understand.
5.5 back of the second wild card spot. And the Dodgers are +4 up in the wild card or something like that, which is nuts.
Yeah, I mean, it's a tough one. You know, if you're a Mets fan, it's just been brutal. Like, you know, you thought you're going to have a dominant team. I think everyone thought you're going to have a real playoff team. And it just seems like everything that could go wrong is going wrong for you.
Yeah, I mean, welcome to 2021 baseball, you know?
Yeah, it's just horrible stuff, you know? We're sitting here with a better record, and it's a great chance we might not go to the playoffs. I mean, they're battling. They're doing their best. I mean, that's all we can really hope for. But
we just need Rizzo healthy and Garrett Cole healthy, and I think we'll do just fine once we have Monty and Garrett back.
Yeah, I think once we start getting guys back, I think this team will really start clicking and really start just dominating. But yeah, we just need those guys to come back in a timely manner. You know, we're running out of games here.
We got we've got what's our record now?
We are 66 and 50. I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't really know our record.
We actually only have 40 games left, dude. Only 40 games.
Yeah, we're running out of time here. You know,
well,
running out of time.
We are indeed running out of time here, as well. But all I gotta say is that going forward, we just need the boys back. We just need the boys back. I think we'll do fine.
We need the boys back.
You know, so Murph, thank you for joining me on this episode back. Pretty sure this is off the cuff, as usual, going forward. We'll see you all soon. Thank you all for watching. Thank you, Murph, for joining me. And enjoy some baseball today.